let's talk about how I paid for school. But first, I need you to give a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We gotta keep feeding that YouTube algorithm. But check it out. Let's talk about how I paid for school. My life path was a little bit different. I didn't go to college right away. I had some personal problems, personal issues with my family. I didn't have the luxury. I didn't do good in high school. So, of course, no scholarships were waiting. Actually, honestly, I graduated in summer school. I didn't even get to walk the stage and walk with the class. And I didn't let that define me, though. I didn't let that stop me from doing what I had to do in my life. Thankfully, I was able to get it together. But there's so many different paths that you can take in life, your career, school, professionally, romantically, platonically, whatever. There's so many different directions you got to take. No one shoe fits all approach works for everybody. Everybody has different paths. Everybody is running a different race. They can be on chapter 12. You might be on chapter 1. I might be on chapter 20. He might be on chapter 25. Don't compare yourself to others. Run your race. Do what you got to do because it's your life at the end of the day. Who cares what this person thinks? Who cares what that person's doing? Because it's not paying your bills. It's not affecting you. It's not doing anything positive, negative, nothing for you. Being caught up in all that, it's no good. But number one, the first thing I did was utilize financial aid. I made sure to apply every time that it was due. I didn't wait till the last second. I didn't wait one day before it was due. No, as soon as I got that notification, I'm filling out that FAFSA. I'm filling out that financial aid. If I got to get my mom's signature, I wouldn't even live with my mom. I would blow up my mom's phone constantly like, Mom, I need you to come down to the school. Mom, I need you to sign this paperwork for me. Mom, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. With financial aid, it's so tricky because you need your parents. You need one of your parents. You need somebody to sign for you in order to get some of that aid. And I was like, I don't even live with her. I don't do this. I don't do that. But I still had to get her signature with it. And so I accept accountability for that. I was like, look, in order for me to go to school, in order for me to better my life, I got to get this paperwork signed. I got to get her to sign this until I don't need her. I'm at a certain age. And I'm not a financial aid expert. I just know I wasn't making no money, so I qualified for the max, and I took advantage of it. That way, I didn't have to come out of pocket for school. I didn't have to take out loans. I didn't have to miss semesters because financial aid didn't come through. No, I made sure everything was clear. I made sure everything was turned in, and that way it was back on the school to make sure all the boxes were checked off. I dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's, so I made sure I was not playing around with my financial aid. I needed to get that. In certain semesters, I don't know why. I don't know if it was because my income started increasing. It didn't cover everything. But that's why I'm getting into number 2. And number 2 was I worked. I worked full-time and went to school full-time. Essentially, first I started off working part-time and then going to school full-time. But, life got real for your boy. I couldn't be on both sides of the street. I had to do one or the other or try to make both work. And that's why I kind of delayed the process in getting my degree later in life. But I worked. Whatever financial aid didn't want to pay, best believe I was doing security. I was working at a restaurant. I was doing whatever I had to do in order to make sure that tuition was paid. So many people get caught up in saying, oh, it's so hard to do school full time and work full time and do this and do that. And look, honestly, me personally, I feel like if you're not in like med school, law school, like a very demanding degree where you're going to post-grad school, if you're going to get a bachelor's or especially an associate's degree, man, you better get up off your butt and go to work, go wash some cars, go do some Uber, go do some DoorDash. You better do what you got to do because there's no excuse. You can work. You're going to have to flip around your class schedule and your work schedule, but most of these jobs are going to be flexible because they hire students all the time. Some of y'all just worrying about partying, worrying about social things. No, you can work. You can work at night or you can go to school at night. You can go to school in the day or you can work in the day. You can do it. Don't use work in school as an excuse to go take out a gajillion dollars in student loans. No, unless, like I said, unless you're in one of those demanding fields and you're going to post-secondary education, you're going for your master's, you're going for this, you're going for that, you can work. There's so many tools you can use to go get your degree. You can go to school online now. Like, you don't even have to be there physically in person. I know some people learn better in person than they do online, but there's avenues, there's routes you have to take. You just have to be curious and ask. Ask questions. There's ways around it. You can do it. Stop using it as an excuse to go take out loans or because you're studying and you're doing this, you're doing that. All the time you spend scrolling your feed on all these apps, checking this out, checking that out, your butt can be at work. Your butt can be at school. Stop making excuses. You spent 8, 9, 10 hours on your phone. That's a whole shift plus some overtime. So get your butt out there and do what you got to do and stop taking out these student loans, y'all. You don't need to take out these student loans. Number 3, I went to community college. I'm not even going to sit here in front like I went to Harvard, I went to Yale, I don't even know, name whatever fancy school, put it there. Community college. Community college used to get a horrible rep because people were so caught up in the name. People were so caught up in prestigious universities, were caught up in this and caught up in that. Don't nobody care where you went to school. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, I review like hundreds of resumes a day. I could care less where these people went to school. My hiring managers, they're not telling me, oh, you need to hire people that went to this school. You need to hire people that went to that school. It's a good icebreaker. It's a good conversation starter. But don't nobody care where you went to school. So stop being ashamed to go to community college because let's be honest, associate's degree, community college, your first 2 years in your bachelor program, you're all taking the same classes. Everybody's taking those same generic basic courses. You don't start hitting the bulk of your major until 2.5, 3 years in. So you can spend $150 to $200 on a basic course instead of going over to the prestigious 4-year university where you're taking that same course for $850, $900, $1,000. Why would you do that? And you can go straight to your community college. You can go straight online. You can go wherever and take it for 8 times, 9 times less. Don't get caught up in names. Don't get caught up, just like how we get caught up in designer this, designer that, and what this person's wearing, what that person's wearing. Don't get caught up in the college hype. Don't nobody care where you went to college. Like I said, it's a good icebreaker, good conversation starter, but it's not going to make or break or change your life unless you're going to like a school where, unless you're trying to become like president of the United States. Of course, you need to go to like one of them prestigious schools and build them connections and shake them hands, kiss them babies. But 99% of us can go to regular school and make it happen and make something of it. Like community college, I use my grandma's address. My grandma lives in a nice county here in Maryland. I live in Maryland. So she lives in a nice county in Maryland. She lives in Montgomery County. That's like one of the, I think it's the second, I think Howard County is the richest. I'm from PG. I was not trying to go to PG Community College because I already knew. I didn't do well in high school. There's going to be people distracting me at community college. I'm going to get caught up in all the hype and all the BS. It's just going to be like high school 2.0 for me. So I was like, nah, I need to go Montgomery College. That's the community college here. I'm not getting endorsed by them. I'm not plugging them at all. But I was like, I need to go to this college. I'm going to use my grandma's address. I even had my wife. She was my girl at the time. I even had her using the address. I'm like, let's go over here. Let's go over here with these rich folks. And let's go get us an education. I don't regret it at all because using my grandma's address, and honestly, I don't even think there's a difference between the schools for real. They all teaching us the same stuff. But I used that address, was able to go over there, went to the little fancy community college, trying to be bourgeois, and got my credits. I didn't end up finishing there, but I was able to get some credits over there, was able to go to a decent school. I ended up still going to PG because that's where I was living. So, hey, I had to do what I had to do. But I didn't get caught up in the hype that I needed to go to the best school in the state or the best school in New York or the best school in California. No, I'm not gonna waste all my money to get the same piece of paper that we're all gonna get in the next 4 years, 5 years, however long it takes you to get that piece of paper, and get those skills. So nah, community college is the way to go. Don't let people talk down upon you if you try and go to community college. It's gonna save you a boatload of money. You're able to go to work, go to college. Even community colleges are giving you online courses now. So there's so many different things you could do. So it gives you flexibility. But that's how I paid for school. Over time, my income drastically increased while I got into my field. Like, I was one of the lucky ones, and I'm forever thankful for it. Somebody took a chance on me, and I was able to break into the field, which is human resources. No big secret. I'm not like a super gajillionaire, but it's no secret what I do for a living. You can look me up on LinkedIn. I was able to break into my career. I was able to already get the groundwork and, take roles in order to understand my field, understand what was expected, understand what the day-to-day was like, and apply it to the classroom. So I was able to actually excel and go further because I already understood the material. I see it on a day-to-day basis. And that helped me tremendously because I didn't have to study as hard. Of course, I studied, did what I had to do, but I didn't have to study as hard because I'm already familiar with these courses. I'm already familiar with the material because I'm using it on a day-to-day basis. And, I just worked, cash flowed. I never took out a loan for school proudly, and I don't care if it comes off bragging. I don't care if it comes off arrogant, but I refuse. That's something I refuse to do. And that meant prolonging school a little bit longer. That meant, maybe taking a semester off till I get my bread up. That means, maybe I had to take half a year off. Whatever I had to take, I was like, I'm not taking out any loans. If you give me a grant, I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to ride that grant till the wheels fall off. I'm going to use all that money. But any loans, anything I had to pay back, nope. I had no interest in taking. I cash flowed everything, and that's how I paid for it. No debt. I'll be done school soon. Like I said, sometimes life got real. I had to take a break. I had to save up for money. I had to save up, getting married, save up for a house, save up for a child. So I was like, I'm already in my field. I can take a little break. I can ease off the gas a little bit, but just me personally. But if you got the opportunity to save money for school, work, do what you got to do. It's only a 4-year sacrifice. 4 years from now, think about how your life was different 4 years ago. Hopefully you're progressing. Hopefully you've seen some evolution over the last 4 years. But remember, 4 years from now is not going to be the same 4 years later. Life is so fast. Things happen so fast. 4 years is not a big sacrifice. It's going to be here and then you're done. Look at high school. Look how fast it went. Apply that same pressure to college. Get in, put your head down, put your head in the books, do what you got to do, and get up out of there. Go make some money. Go start your life. That's how I paid for school. Proudly, cash flowed, no loans, proud to say. And I'm going to teach that same thing to my daughter. We're going to pay for this. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to go from there. Appreciate y'all checking the video out. Better Living Financial. We out.